So let's talk about Europe. Europe is different. Europe's a little different. There's 39 countries according to this cell phone app that I used. And we went to 2 of them. To Portugal, went to Spain. I got 2 stories I have for you guys today. One involves our rental car, and then one involves toothpaste. So I'm going to go into the toothpaste. But first, before I go any further, I am holding up a hard parking coaster. If this is your first time listening to it or watching this, if you want this coaster, I have plenty of them. I will give one to you for free. Email me, hardparkingpodcast@gmail.com. You are not joining a mailing list. You can if you want to go to hardparkingpod.com, but it's not necessary. So just shoot me an email. Let me know you want one. I will drop this in the mail. I need your mailing address, obviously, but it's yours. So with that being said, so we're traveling and we have, my wife and I, we have the little traveler size toothpaste, the little ones that you get in the travel section. And I'm watching these things get smaller and smaller and smaller because we don't go out and buy a new one every single time we go on vacation. We like to use the ones we have. And my wife likes to squeeze the shit out of those little containers. I'm watching the level of these things get lower and lower. So we're walking around Lagos and said, hey, we need body wash because a lot of times when you stay in Airbnbs, they provide it, but sometimes they don't. We have our own, except for we were almost out. And the hotel usually has it as well, but we were staying in an Airbnb. Our body wash situation was getting low. And so we go, no problem. There's a supermarket at every 400 feet or so. And then there's a pharmacy. There's pharmacies everywhere outside the United States. I guess we have them here too, but they're not as close. So we go to the grocery store and we don't really find what we want. I think we found the body wash there. $6. Like $6 for a little thing of body wash. Not too little, but I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 ounces. But we still need toothpaste. And we didn't see any at the first supermarket we went to. And by the way, supermarket, they're not really super. They're really small. We're talking 20 feet by 14 feet, living room size. So we go to the pharmacy. Pharmacy's right down the street from the house that we're staying at. So we go in there and we look. And so we're in Portugal. Okay, my wife's Puerto Rican. And I keep forgetting that Puerto Rican Spanish and Portuguese is not the same. It sounds the same to the untrained ear, just like Mexican music. You think sounds the same as Puerto Rican music. It's completely different. But to the untrained ear, it's all the same. So we walk in and we look and we see the toothbrushes. We see small toothpaste. We see the big toothpaste. Start looking at the prices. My God, this is expensive. So you get the big thing of Sensodyne, or their version of Sensodyne, and there's this other thing that comes in a 2-pack. I'm like, we don't need all of this. Okay, you have the toothbrushes, the small ones, the small canisters of paste, and the big canisters of paste. So we grabbed one of the smaller ones. Looking at it, okay, there's teeth on there. Don't recognize the brand. They didn't have Colgate at this place. They didn't have Close Up or whatever these other ones are. Aqua Fresh. They had whatever they were. Medical names, which meant they were going to cost more. So we buy that small tube, and that night we're at the Airbnb, and my wife's already gone to bed. She used the last little part of the previous toothpaste. So I'm looking at this box. Okay, cool, teeth, whatever. Open it up, and it's like, oh, this is kind of a weird-looking nozzle, whatever. Take the nozzle off. I look at the toothpaste. I go, oh, it's kind of a weird-looking toothpaste, a little translucent and brown, but, they do things different. Things are different in Europe. So I wet the toothbrush. You guys do that? You wet the toothbrush, then you put the paste on there. So I wet the toothbrush, had the paste on there, started brushing my teeth. And I'm going in. I'm just sitting there waiting. Kind of a weird taste, but waiting for this thing to foam, right? Because toothpaste is supposed to be foaming. It's supposed to fall out of your mouth. It goes all over the place. And I don't get the same grit, and I never get the foam. And I start looking at the box, and this was some sort of denture paste, denture something. My mouth is all sticky. So now I'm sticking my fingers all up in my mouth, trying to pull it all out of there. And it probably took me 10 minutes to get all that out of my mouth. And of course, the next day we go shopping, and I see a little thing of Colgate on the shelf.